Alright, this is Big Boss at Foxhound Woodsball, coming to you from Fort Lauderdale, and from my blog page at outerheavenpaintball.blogspot.com. And I'm going to be doing something I haven't done in a little while, good while anyway, a full-blown Acid Tactical review. Yes, I am the art and marketing guy for Acid Tactical, as far as doing some of their media and managing their DeviantArt account, but on the other hand, as a paintball blogger and a tactical gear freak personally, I do like to review equipment. So, talking with Acid and everything, they threw me a brand new package to do a review on, to show what's going to be coming up for the next year, as well as what should be entering the Acid catalog lineup real soon. Now, in here is a brand new tactical flashlight, and as you can see, it comes in this nice hard plastic carrying case, so that way it keeps your investment protected. Now, yeah, Acid Tactical, I will admit, is the prices are marked lower than something as like a Surefire or anything you can get from tactical websites and tactical retailers, but I will say it's a solid investment as far as what you can expect as far as quality goes. So I will definitely say that it's competitively marked and will provide the end user a good lifetime of capabilities and uses. It doesn't matter if it's for around the house, disaster situations, or on tactical environment. Now, before I jump into this review, we'll break for a commercial from Acid Tactical. You can check them out at acidtactical.com. I will post links in the description to this video for their DeviantArt, YouTube, as well as their Facebook page and stuff like that. So we'll be right back right after this. Okay, now we're back, and as you can see, got the hard case right here for the Acid Tactical product. Now, I'm doing this kind of one-handed, so forgive me on that one. Now, it's got 4 latches, 2 on the front and 1 on either side to allow this thing to be completely secure. It's got a nice cord for hanging it somewhere. You could throw this in a backpack if you need to. Now, opening up the hard case, flipping this open, got nice foam interior on here, and the device itself and all its accoutrements. We've got the tactical light itself. I'll be delving into further detail on this one. you've always got your Allen key with you, so that way it allows you to go from a handheld to a rifle mount or any RIS device. So you got your clamp on that one, which is a single Allen screw on either side to keep this thing nice and secure. It does come with this little rubbery plastic recoil pad, so that way it helps protect from the weapon recoil if you're using real steel firearms. That way the screws aren't vibrated loose and protects the light itself. Adaptability is going to be key, so it also comes with this battery module. You can put 3 AAA batteries in here, and you can run the flashlight off this as opposed to using a rechargeable one that comes standard. However, we do also have an AC wall outlet for your rechargeable battery. That way you can recharge this thing in the field or from comfort of your home or on a solar panel if you need to. This is ideal for keeping your stuff charged up for just about anything. And we also have the pressure switch end cap setup. This one is more robust from the looks of it from the stuff I've used in the past, so this would be a nice little thing to try out. So we'll be going through that as this video goes on. And now we're going to be discussing the features of the flashlight, so give me 1 second. Okay, now the flashlight itself, you've got your standard end cap. You got a lanyard on here for keeping it in hand. If you're doing any kinds of handheld stuff, you can keep it on you, or you can just weave this into your web gear. Unlike the previous models of flashlights that I've reviewed over the years, this one does not have the little clip on it, which is kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing as far as clipping it onto a gear rig. But other than that, this light is pretty damn good. Now, it is emblazoned with the Acid Tactical logo, and this thing has a lot of unique features. Now, one thing about the tip of it and the collar, this thing is adjustable. So when you turn it on, as you can see, you can actually flood an entire room with this, or you can actually, as you can see, bring it down for more precise light on a certain area. If this is too much, you can easily dial it down. Makes for a good little device if you need to for specific tasks. And it's even got these little ribs right here, so you could essentially line it up to whatever you need to as far as your specific settings. Kind of like how you would set the positions on an AR stock in some ways, except it doesn't lock in. So there is that. Now you have your basic bright, you've got your medium, you've got your low, and then you have your strobe light effect, which is good for tactical situations. You could use it to blind and disorient a enemy if you need to take him down as a prisoner, or if you need to get better shot placement. This will help buy you that precious few seconds to get those shots down. Another function is going to be your Morse code. Now, I'm not sure if this is the international Morse code or US Morse code, but having this function would be ideal for home disaster situations, natural disasters like hurricanes. We saw after Hurricane Katrina how people were stuck on their rooftops almost for days on end at some time. So this would definitely be a good way to help signal if you need help. So this is good for marking your position. This is good for sending a signal. And with that, the thing is unique in another way because it will revert back to its original setting after 4 seconds of inactivity. So let's go to your strobe. Now, as you can see from the armoire here, the strobe's going off, but turn it off. 2, 3, and now, as you can see, it reverted back to its default setting. That's one of the unique things about this particular light, is that no matter what setting you put it on, it will always revert back to its default solid beam setting after 4 seconds of inactivity. That's good for a lot of reasons. If you don't want to have your strobe going off inadvertently, but it's kind of like a catch-22 type deal. Now, as far as the charger goes, to charge it up, what we do is just unscrew the end cap. And as you can see, this is a 3.7 volt battery. This is rechargeable. And the charger here, just as you can see, place the negative side down, positive side on the bottom, and fold this thing out, and just plugs right into the wall like this. So this would definitely be an ideal thing to keep with you as far as your home disaster kit. Same goes for this. This could also be dropped right into the light, and it'll go from there. Now, the pressure switch, moving it over, we're attaching the pressure switch. Now, when it comes down to something like a pressure switch, I've come to be quite weary of pressure switches because of the wire issue with it, but aside from that, as far as my personal operating preferences, I do like to have the ability to turn it on and off with my thumb instead of having to rely on a pressure switch because of the excess cordage, stuff like that if I'm running my paintball markers. But for a lot of tactical guys, it's also how to move this thing onto a hand grip and avoid the wire getting burned from extensive use of the weapon system, from the heat transfer from the barrel onto your handguard. So there is that consideration. Now, with the pressure switch, here we are. As you can see, you could actually have the entire functions in one. You got your easy pressure switch, and then you have your constant on for the pressure switch, which is really fucking cool. But you can also adjust it for whatever you need to do. So this allows the pressure switch to remain on, or you can actually push a button here to keep this thing, to swap your settings. This thing is, in all actuality, this thing would be ideal for most tactical situations, so that way the operator can have that strobe ready to go when they need to make entry into that room. So having that set up on this pressure switch would be a wonderful thing. Now, let's put this thing onto its rifle mount and we'll go from there. I'm actually going to switch it back to its default end cap, and let's get this thing set up. Now, what we got here are these two screws right here, which are easily loosened with this Allen key, though this will work with other Allen keys or Allen tools. Want to do just to get enough room on here to slide this thing on. And let's loosen this thing up a little more. Yeah, forgive me, my cell is vibrating, so I should have silenced it, but forgot about that one, but that's alright. Now, may have to loosen this thing all the way, and oh, that's one thing to be wary of. Screws and the pressure switch falling out. Got this little bit of excess, but other than that, putting this thing back together. Sadly, I'm not sure if these screws were long enough, but other than that, that's my only complaint about this thing so far. Just grab your Allen tool and begin screwing this thing in. Now, let me grab a device to mount this thing on, so we'll be right back. Okay, now we're back. Now, remember that little rubber pad that I showed you for recoil? Well, when I was mounting this onto the rail mount, I noticed it was too loose. However, that rubber pad actually wraps onto the in here, so that way you could keep this thing nice and solid inside the weapon mount. So just keep that in mind when you use this, if you're wanting to run it onto as a weapons mounted system. Now, the way I have this hooked up is you want your tactical light as far forward as possible on your RIS rail, so that way it doesn't show your barrel profile as a shadow. Now, as I said, with the basic end cap, this is set up on the right side because I'm a left-handed shooter. I found I can easily access the flashlight with my thumb if I'm running a device such as a 203 grenade launcher, or if I have some other custom job mounted underneath here. Now, as far as adding a pressure switch, I'm going to be swapping over to that in 1 second and showing how this works with the pressure switch. So, be right back. Okay, now I've got this thing hooked up to the pressure switch and added the vertical forend to it, well, the vert grip, so that way it's more accurate for my needs as far as using this on a pressure switch. Now, pressure switches are not a bad thing to have, but there are some drawbacks to it. Particularly, the weakest point of any pressure switch on the tack light is going to be the wire. Now, it doesn't matter if it's on the most high end or the cheapest thing you can find. The wires will give you an issue at some point and you'd have to move it around, but this one isn't too bad. You got 2 buttons on here. You got a small button right here that actually holds it on and acts like your traditional pressure switch. Then you have another on-off button, so that way you can actually do it hands-free. Now, tactical purposes behind something like this would be maybe you need to keep your weapon light active as you hold your weapon system with your strong hand in the environment, in the tactical environment. This could be especially true if you're having to detain a prisoner, hold them. So let's just say, argument's sake, I've got an enemy. I've got my pressure switch set up to be on a constant on, yet I don't need to turn it off right away, so I can just leave it on. And as you can see that the light's on, I'm able to sweep the room and hold on to my weapon either by the vert grip, by the forend itself, or by the magazine well. I can even keep this thing on, so that way if I've got a prisoner, I could pat them down, I could do hand-arm signals. That would be the ideal thing for this kind of a pressure switch setup, though it also gives you the quick on-off function, so that way you could easily turn it on and turn it off on the fly if and when you need to. That's the cool trick about this thing. However, as far as personal preference, I prefer leaving it on the end cap that doesn't have the pressure switch. I've never really been a fan of the pressure switch system. However, I cannot fault the concept of it. However, it does have drawbacks, so in the end, it's all going to be operator preference. So, with that being said, what do I think? Now, these acid tactical lights are built solid. They will not let you down. These things, over the years for me, have proven to be ideal for around the house, for disaster situations, no power. It provides a sense of security on top of it, knowing that I've got a piece of go-to gear I need for just about anything. And that's the beauty about these products. Their flexibility, either for on a paintball field, around the house, camping, survival, disaster, tactical operations. A strong flashlight could help you out in more ways than one. Just depends upon how you need to employ it. Anyway, you can check a written version of this at my blog page at outerheavenpaintball.blogspot.com. I will put a link in the description to this video. You can also check out the Acid Tactical page on Facebook. You can check out acidtactical.com for these flashlights and many other acid products. And also, if you're looking for any last minute holiday gifts or just whenever, if you're feeling patriotic or something, you can always check out the Acid Tactical DeviantArt page. I will post links in the description to that, and with my blog and my videos, don't be afraid to like, comment, and share. Anyway, this is Big Boss, and I'm out of here.